Good morning, everybody. Today, I wanted to talk to you about how the narcissist, when they leave you, they utterly destroy you after cycle one. After your first cycle with the narcissist, you're totally caught off guard. First they love bomb you, then, of course, you get in devalue mode. Before you know it, man, you're getting discarded. And then you may say something or ask something when you're getting discarded. Or you may discard yourself or discard them or whatever, or it's a mutual thing. But at the same time, you kind of feel like you've been dealt with pretty rudely and crudely. You're starting to see that part of the mask slip type stuff, right? So you're kind of may address some of these things. Like, you're not exactly who you say you are. And you'd be like scratching your head. I haven't seen somebody act this phony and fake in all my life. Because we all have had the ability to where we have maybe could have been better in who we are. And you'd be like, you meet a narcissist? It's almost like the whole rule book changes. You're so phony. Whatever you thought you did that was phony before doesn't even compare. The same thing when it comes to, for instance, your goodness. You thought you'd done evil things, and then you compare yourself to the narcissist. It doesn't even compare. They're doing worse than I'd ever do every day, every moment of the day. Or they're more phony than I've ever been every day, all the time. And in a weird way, it kind of helps you this is where you find out like they're trash to some degree. It starts to get inklings of that. But anyway, my point is a lot of times that they will push you to your limits. And that's what they do. That's part of what they do as far as when they're in these cycles with you in the first cycle, they will push you to your limits. They want to see how far they can go. They want to push those boundaries as far as, and they want to brutally hurt you, instill pain upon you, especially if they're malignant and sadistic, which most of them have these traits. They will brutally destroy you if you can handle it and if you'll take it. Then they will discard you. Of course, they'll keep an eye on you. There's a lot of times where this will utterly kind of destroy an individual. It knocks them so far off that, they can't handle it. And it can cause a lot of trouble in your life. You're the type of person where it really stretched you, but it didn't really destroy you. You just kind of were able to, reassess, pick up the pieces and find new tools to help you along your way. And some people are sacrificial to the point to where they'll let narcissists destroy them down to everything. So if you weren't to that extent, maybe you discarded them when it got too far. But I know these people are very, very seductive in their ways of doing things. So I know it could be easy for them to get you to change your mind when you don't know about this stuff. But I would say that you have to be careful not to get yourself in a predicament with any individual that's going to land you at a house and home. But if you haven't gotten that far with the individual and you kind of recovered, it's kind of like when you work out and you get stronger. Might have realized some things, but you're not fully awoke yet. They'll come back around. Of course, they take a lot of people as a challenge. And if you had yourself pretty well put together, but they did spot some childhood wounds, you did come in, they seen those traits and things that they really liked. Maybe they thought that they could acquire them. They thought that they could rub up against you and all of a sudden start acting like you, but they can't. So then they get jealous and envious, and then they got to destroy you. And so you became a challenge to them. And maybe they did destroy you. Maybe you sat back and you recovered. Well, they start to see this. They're going to take it as another new challenge. It's like a new you. This is the thing, though, for me, I guess because I was partially awoke at this point because I had dealt with an ex-wife and a couple other relationships that were narcissistic. This last one, it got to the point, but she had traumatized me so much that it had got me awoke, but not after the first cycle. During and after the first cycle, I'd kind of started to learn how to maneuver around some things with her. I became stronger and I leveled up. So a lot of times the relationship with the narcissist, if you can look at it like it's just energy, anything that they've said to you, done to you, whatever, a lot of it's energy outside of the physical nature of things that occurred. It's going to be just energy. So in that case, you just have to switch the energy. You got to get away from them. But it levels you up. And in the case of me, it kind of leveled me up after cycle one. Then, of course, They look at it as a challenge because there's a new you now. It's kind of like the 2.0. Now they want to come in and take down the 2.0 version. You let them in again, they will just come in. After all the things they did to destroy you 9 months later, a year later, they'll kind of walk back into this thing if you'll let them. It's almost as if nothing had happened. And it's almost as if they can get around you even having much of a conversation about it because they don't want to address some things, And then if you got to address too much, they won't deal with it. So a lot of times if you're addicted to them through the trauma bond, you're going to kind of neglect yourself in dealing with those matters. I was starting to catch on, and I had changed up some things, but I was still on a way to narcissism. But then after a few discards, then I fully woke up. I believe this: when you fully wake up to narcissism, if you use it in the correct fashion, it will level you up several times over. That is the good thing on waking up to narcissism and dealing with the narcissist, because if the narcissist didn't come to you, yeah, you might have had a mediocre life, but because they came to you, they pushed you to an awakening to address some issues in your life that can make you even stronger and more of a warrior. And this is the thing, it's not like you want to become a warrior, but it just becomes who you are. It's not something that you can practice for as much as it happens and it becomes your destiny. God in his all-knowingness knew that this was going to happen. The best thing you can do is level up, become a strong warrior. Of course, don't let them back in, but they will try to bait you back in. A lot of times it's baiting in relation to, well, you didn't care about the relationship, and the best thing you could do about that is just say, well, you can have your opinion. But if you tell them, well, I cared about the relationship, I tried and all that, and it didn't work, next thing you know, you're going to be in a relationship again with them. The longer you talk to a narcissist, the quicker you're going to be back under that spell. The best thing you could do is cut your time short with a narcissist, gray rock, and if you have anything to do with them, keep it straight business, no emotions. But there's a lot of baiting techniques and things that they will do to you to get you involved in different situations. They do this thing called dog whistling, where they'll say something and it'll be aimed towards you if you're in a group of people, you and the narcissist, and that it's aimed towards you and only them, and they may say it as a joke or as a side thing, and nobody will know, but you'll know. And so there's different things that they will do to bait you, to get you annoyed and amongst people so that you look bad. Or reactive abuse, bring up situation that it's obvious that you've been trying to understand them in the partner relationship about why they act a certain way. Then blame shift onto you in front of people or something and make you reactive because you care and you've been trying to work on this, and now you're trying to accuse me of something, and it's obvious between you and her, but it's not obvious between every other individual, and they don't know how much has been involved as far as emotionally and how long it's been going on that they've been abusing you behind closed doors. So then you get out and you'll be amongst people and react, and then all of a sudden you look bad. So you got to watch baiting. They will bait you back into a relationship. They will bait you into being crazy. They will dog whistle you into being crazy. And they will do things to bring out the worst in you. And they're supposed to be your love partner. Sometimes it'll be conversation topics where they will bait you into a conversation that they know is just something that you may disagree with. It could be something even political or something. And then they call you ignorant. It could be anything. Or you could be trying to address a situation, confront them dealing with a situation about the relationship. They will bait you into an off topic relating to something stupid that they're accusing you of doing. And this is something very common that a narcissist will do. And at some point in time, then it turns into a word salad. So they'll bait you into an off topic situation. Then it'll turn into a word salad, and then it'll just stop. And then y'all leave each other's, company, and then when you come back, it's like you can't talk about it because it's over. But in the situation of this, they'll try to come back because they want to destroy you again, and now they want to see how 2.0 works. They're ready to and challenge like it's a game or something. A lot of times in a situation of you're looking at it from a whole different perspective. This is somebody I care about. This is someone I want to understand. This is someone that really wants to understand me, but they have some issues. And a lot of times that's the way you'll take it for the first few cycles sometimes. You're dealing with rumination because what you see and actions that are happening around you or what they say and what they're doing are two different things. And so you're always, going down two different pathways, but your mind's not meant to think that way. So you're dealing with that, and the whole time, you're trying to look at them like they're a good individual, and I'm trying to figure them out. But you can't figure out crazy, and when somebody acts like that, they're manipulating. As much as they crazy think, they're the ones creating the crazy. They're the ones that understand exactly what they're doing. You don't. And so with them causing all of the confusion, it's not so crazy from their end as it is on your end. So anything that is confusing or seems manipulative, or the reciprocity and the energy is off and you're not getting what you put into it, you need to leave. Because it's witchcraft. Witchcraft is manipulation. All right, so anyway, they will try to come back as if nothing has happened. Hey, how's it going? But anyway, if you can give me a like, subscription, thumbs up, appreciate y'all. And until next time, soldier up, stand tall, we out.